Hi, I'm Chelsi Stratton from Chelsi Stratton Designs, and today I'm here in my mom's sewing studio to share a new strawberry lemonade quilt pattern with you all, Summer Slice. It is a very fun row quilt with plenty of blocks to keep you busy, and I'm just really excited to talk a little bit more about it. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm very excited to take a closer look at the Summer Slice row quilt pattern. And I think strawberry lemonade fabrics are just perfect for this with all of the different colors and shades and options. So starting off, I just want to say that this quilt measures 59.5 inches by 71 inches. And it is fat quarter friendly. So you're going to get a lot of usability from your fat quarters, and because fat quarters are the 18 inches by the 22 inches with our Moda fabric collection, you're able to use all of the different prints and colors throughout the row quilt, which is what I want. I want you to have a nice variety when making this quilt, and that's kind of how I designed it. So we have some fun rows here, and I think what is best is we will go through each row in this video. And the first row is definitely a favorite because I have been wanting to do watermelons for forever, it seems like. And I paired these cute watermelon blocks with the vines and the stems together. And I just think it turned out adorable, and you can also see that I flip-flopped the blocks of the watermelons. So I wanted to make a watermelon block that was simple. So the piecing was simple and not too hard of construction. So there is a template insert included in the pattern. And I really want to clarify that a person who does not typically like to use templates, for this block, it was needed, and I'm actually going to be doing a sew along with this quilt in 2024 after the fabrics ship, and so I will have weekly videos with Billy, and that'll be one of the things I go over is showing how to use this template, but it's so simple. So the template insert is only used for the watermelon block, and I love it because we have various shades of pinks and reds in the collection, and I didn't want to just do one print for the watermelons, so I was able to show off a lot of different prints, and I think they turned out cute. So I still would say confident beginner, maybe intermediate if you're unsure on these watermelons, but I will have a video in the future showing how I put those together. And I do want to say that on the vines, there is some tiny piecing in this, but don't fret, it's nothing too crazy. And I love that I was able to show off all of the different green prints and just really cute. So we are going to go into the next row, and I love these. I think they look like little crosshatch or like cross stitch. And what I did is I kept like colors in them, but different prints, and just the same block throughout this. So you're gonna have 8 of these in the quilt, and just traditionally pieced and goes together really easy. So that's pretty simple. I also want to note that you'll notice the quilting probably in this. Val Krieger did custom quilting on this quilt, and I am so glad that we did that. So you have this next row that's all the same, and then so you're just doing alternating flying geese in this row. And what I love about this one is I not only wanted to utilize all of the prints, I wanted to use all of the backgrounds in this quilt. And this was one of the ways I was able to use them was in this row for the background. So instead of keeping it the tone on tone print, I went with the background low volumes in the collection. So flying geese. The next row is one of my favorites. And this is my strawberry row. And you guys, I couldn't do a strawberry lemonade collection without doing strawberries. So this quilt got the strawberry blocks in it. And I also opted not to do one whole print in the strawberry, but to add contrasting like pinks with the reds. And I think it's so cute. I love it. And I will have you know, these in the pattern, I make this block using a really, really simple technique so that it's not difficult. So don't think that you have all of these squares to sew one by one together. That's not how I wrote the pattern. And I feel like designing this quilt and writing this pattern, I did want to come up with easier ways to make these blocks. And I couldn't help but put obviously the green gingham for the strawberry stems. I think they turned out adorable. I love them. I like that I had different types of fruit in this quilt too. Okay, so moving on. So these are all traditionally pieced, and I'm going to pull this quilt up. And this is the simplest row in the whole quilt. Now, there are 2 patchwork rows. This is the first one that we see, and then closer to the bottom of the quilt. I think the quilt blocks the rows needed some separation, so I did 2 patchwork rows. And this is just a way for you to show off all of the different prints and colors in the collection. Okay, so after our first patchwork row, we have the lemons and limes, and I felt kind of creative doing this because I think that they turned out really cute. And so you have a mixture, you have 2 lemons and you have 2 limes in this row, and kind of another opportunity for me to show off various green prints. And what I like about the citrine shade in this collection is citrine is really in between. You know, you can play it as a yellow, you can play it as a green. So I loved putting these together, and I like doing alternating blocks. So I added these little plus blocks in here as well. And this was another opportunity for me to show off the low volumes, because in the center of these, I added the little low volume squares to them. So we have another patchwork row right after that. As I mentioned, we added 2 of those. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this up for you really quick. And we have the final patchwork. So I actually made my 2 patchwork rows basically the exact same prints and colors, but another good option would to not do them the same and show off different prints and colors in the collection in a different order, or however you want to put that together. That would be another good option for you. So again, I had 2 of these patchwork rows, simple piecing for you all to kind of show off the prints. And our final row, and I'm going to move this just a little bit, is these blocks, economy blocks, I guess you would call them, square and a square. I love them so much. And years ago, I had made a economy block quilt for, well, these square and the square. Could you call them both? I don't know, guys. You tell me in the comments. Anyways, and I had made a whole quilt of these blocks using scraps from all of our Sherri and Chelsi collections, and I enjoyed making them. And so I kind of have a unique way to make these in the pattern, you'll see. And I loved coming up with just different color combos, and then again using the low volumes in these blocks as well. And so there's 8 of these in here in this row, and I thought it was kind of a nice last row, you know. I thought that it was really cute. I'm going to flip this over. So this is my favorite low volume I think I've ever designed because it has the strawberries in it and it shows off all of the colors. And I loved it so much that I actually used it as the backing too. I had to on this one because this quilt has strawberries and this print has strawberries. So I was like, okay, let's use this as the backing. This large floral makes for a wonderful backing fabric. And then obviously I chose the orange gingham for the binding because I feel like it really, really brightens it up. This quilt is so much fun to make. I had so much fun with it. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be doing this as a 2024 sew-along. There will be more information on that soon. It is going to be very similar to my Regal Pines sew-along, where Billy and I release videos weekly and where I will go over the blocks. And it's obviously going to have several videos because of how many blocks there are in the quilt. So I think it's going to be really, really fun. And hopefully a lot of you will join in the coming year with it. So just really fun stuff, I feel like, with this one, with the strawberry lemonade fabrics. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video where we took a closer look at the Summer Slice Row quilt featuring our strawberry lemonade fabrics. Now remember that strawberry lemonade fabrics are set to ship in January 2024 as of now, and that I will also be having a sew-along featuring this pattern as soon as those fabrics ship. So I'm very excited about that, and probably more videos to come when that happens. If you are looking for the Summer Slice pattern, we have it linked in paper and PDF in the description below. And if you liked this video, hit the like button. And also, if you're new here, please subscribe. We would love to have you and have a lot of fun videos on the A Quilting Life channel. And thanks so much for stopping by.